I'm the Rules Girl, and this is King Me, a game of area control with checkers for 2 players. In King Me, players vie for control of the board and its kings, while capturing enemy checkers, controlling territories, and managing the kingdom track. You win the game by having the most points at the end of the game. Players start the game with 12 checkers and move around the board to capture territories, as well as the 4 crowns. Each king rules over 3 territories, and when captured, gives you extra movement and points towards controlling their territories. Players must also manage the kingdom track, which determines how fast the river flows, as well as when territories will trigger and grant points to the player with the most checkers inside them. On your turn, you'll do these 4 things. 1. Move 2 of your checkers. 2. Trigger the card on the event space. 3. Slide cards. And 4. Draw a new card. To start, you must move 2 different checkers. Checkers move diagonally, either forward or backward. You can jump your own checkers, your opponent's checkers, and the stone checkers on the board. If you jump one of your opponent's checkers, you capture it. Set it aside for scoring at the end of the game. If you end your movement on one of the 2 spaces a crown occupies, or you jump an opponent's king, your checker becomes a king. Flip your checker over and place the crown on top. Next, take the corresponding king tile. This checker is now a king and can make 2 moves instead of 1. After finishing your movement, trigger the card on the event space of the kingdom track. River cards move all checkers on river spaces 1 or 2 spaces down the river. Territory cards correspond to their location on the board. To resolve them, check to see which player has more checkers in the territory's location. If the ruling king is in the territory, it counts as 2 checkers. The player with more checkers in the territory takes the card and will score it at the end of the game. After resolving a territory card, move checkers on river spaces as listed on the card. Finally, slide all cards on the kingdom track 1 space to the right, then reveal the top card of the deck, placing it here. It's now your opponent's turn. The game ends when the last card of the deck is triggered. It's now time to score. Gain 5 points per checker you captured, and 10 points for each king you control. Finally, gain points for each territory card you've collected, depending on which color you're playing. Add your points together, and the player with the most points wins the game. Ready to play? Place the board in the middle of the table. Sit across from each other and place your crimson and onyx pieces onto these spaces. Place the 4 crowns on their matching locations and place the 4 king tiles next to the board. Separate the deck into 4 piles based on the symbols on the back of the cards and shuffle them individually. Then create a new deck by placing these stacks on top of each other in any order and place the deck here. The crimson player goes first. If you enjoyed King Me, you might also like Suspicion, another exciting game from Ravensburger. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking it and subscribing to The Rules Girl for more rules videos.